G'day guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing my tips for round 23 of the season. Getting very close to finals now, and like the ladder in the real world, in the AFL season, it's a pretty tight competition at the moment, and spots for the 8 there are absolutely crazy. We've got another big weekend of games as the finals ramps up very shortly. Who needs a wildcard round? We've had it for about 6 weeks, so we don't need to artificially create it when it already exists in a season. None quite like it. All right, to start us off with, we've got Collingwood, Brisbane Lions at Marvel Stadium. I'm kind of surprised one is not at the MCG, but we've got the Pies hosting there. Good win over the Cats. They found a way there. A couple of injuries, of course. And, Brisbane essentially fell over the line a couple of times in the last few weeks. Pies love a Friday night game. I think they've got the last 3 Friday night games, so getting a lot of reward there. I'll go the Pies by 3 goals to get the job done. I think, they're in ripping form. They're good in Melbourne, as we know, and Brisbane probably aren't amazing in Melbourne. And Collingwood are the best team. Brisbane not too far away, but I reckon the Pies will get the job done. Then we move to Saturday, and we've got Richmond hosting North Melbourne. This one will be at the MCG, probably where Friday night's game should be. But hey, I'm just the guy hanging out. So we got Richmond. Obviously, Jack's announced the big news on the AFL website that he's called time on his career. I reckon Richmond haven't been in great form, although they should get the job done. North will definitely have a bit to play for, though. They'll have, pride to play for. Tigers have been, a little bit out of whack the last couple of weeks. I do think they like the MCG more. There's some kind of demon at Marvel Stadium when the Tigers come and play, but I think they'll be too strong. At Heritage Bank Stadium, we have Gold Coast hosting Carlton, and what a big game this is. And we know when Gold Coast are absolutely up and firing at their home deck, they're pretty tough to beat. Although Carlton are beating everyone at the moment, so they're the informed team in the comp, and I've got them wrong many times this year when they've been going well, and when they've not been going well, I've been getting them wrong. So I'd be brave man to tip against them. Although, it's definitely a game that could be a little bit of an upset. I feel like Gold Coast go okay when they've hosted Carlton games, especially in Darwin. Giant Stadium, we have GWS hosting Essendon, who have been, limping to the line towards the end of the year, and they'll be doing pretty well to make the 8, that's for sure. And, they've just fallen over the line against West Coast and North Melbourne, who, albeit, are probably playing better football. I think, Giants at home too strong. Then we move to Marvel Stadium. We have St Kilda hosting Geelong. What a game this will be. If the Cats lose, they're done for the year. I'm going to have to do some more thinking on this one because I've obviously got a vested interest. Initially I'm leaning towards the Saints to win. I think we should win, but we have been inconsistent over the course of the year. We've had injuries to key personnel, and we just haven't quite been able to hit our form, even with key personnel in. So I've liked what the Saints have done. I thought they were kind of cooks, but they've won 3 of their last 4. Again, probably not against the best opposition in the world, but their form line stacks up. And how have we gone? We've lost 3 of our last 4, so there you go. Or 2 of our last 5. And again, we've been playing some good footy in there, but just not good enough for long enough. I'm initially tipping the Saints. I might swing back over the Cats, see what the ends are doing, but even still, we could be full health, and I still wouldn't be 100% confident. We have probably done all right against teams around us throughout the year and probably surprised ourselves when we've gone in sort of battered and bruised, but it's going to be tough, no doubt about that. I don't expect Ross to give us much leeway at all, as he doesn't really for anyone. Adelaide Oval, we've got Adelaide playing the Sydney Swans, and again, this will be a monster clash at home for the Crows, who have been pretty good throughout the course of the year. They have hardly lost there. I'm going to go the Swans. They are the pluckiest mob of all time, and I reckon that they've been able to nab the Crows a few times at Adelaide Oval. They've won 5 in a row. They're just about in as good a touch as Carlton. And I feel like, everything would have to go right for Adelaide. And I feel like, somehow, logically, less has to go wrong for Sydney. They've been the sleeping giant, so I'll go the Swannies. Although I want the Crows to win for sure, I think. Yeah, that depends. Depends on how things go. But yeah, Geelong just have to win too and hope for the best, really. We go to Sunday and have the Western Bulldogs hosting West Coast. I think the Dogs will win pretty comfortably here. Eagles were very deplorable against the Dockers and have been for most of the season, to be fair. And we've got another interesting game here. Melbourne hosting Hawthorn. This one will be at the Melbourne Cricket Ground. Hawthorn have definitely taken up to some opposition the last couple of weeks. Some really big wins over the Pies and also the Western Bulldogs in Tassie. Some big wins in there. So they're going to take it right up to Melbourne, I reckon. It's going to be super close, but I think the D's will be too strong. Super close, maybe going to be too, a bit too keen there, but I reckon it'll be a lot closer than people think. Melbourne to get the job done. Then the final game of the round, we have Fremantle and Port Adelaide in essentially a dead rubber for Fremantle. Clearly not for Port Adelaide. They've got a fair bit going on, so it's half a dead rubber game. Freo obviously can't do much damage with 36 points at this stage of the year. I reckon Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide, definitely put the front half pressure on last week. They've lost their last 5 leading into this the round before. Got a good win over the Giants, which gave them some confidence. So I will tip Port Adelaide. All right, a few upsets in here. We've got, Collingwood's not an upset. We've got the Pies, Richmond, Carlton, GWS, St Kilda and Sydney. Probably the main upsets in there. Could go either way. Coin flip games. Western Bulldogs, Melbourne and Port Adelaide. I'll have to review this one very closely. Even if I tip us, I'm not confident that we'll get the job done. Anyway, those are my picks for round 23. What an exciting round of footy, and finals so close as well, on the cusp of it. Guys, hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already, click the subscribe button so then you can stay up to date with all my tips videos, and also do Geelong Cats reviews as well. So yeah, if you're a Cats fan, get on board. Talk about them every week. So yeah, like the video, all that good stuff. Thanks for tuning in. I'll catch you guys in the next video.